Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am the Black Carnivore, and I am coming to you today to read you the letter that I sent to Dr. Sean Baker informing him of my concerns about racism in the carnivore community, and particularly at MeatRx. A number of you have asked to see the letter or to hear it, and would prefer it not be emailed, but to listen to me read it on a video. So here we go. I have taken a few days to respond to this email because I wanted to make my words very clear. I feel unsupported as a staff member of MeatRx, and I feel unwelcome as a person of color in the MeatRx community. On Saturday, June 13th, 2020, I informed you of an occurrence as reported to me by a Black MeatRx community member. Based on the issue raised, a problem exists with how meetings are moderated, and MeatRx has failed to create an environment that is welcoming to Black people. I asked for specific training options for coaches to learn how to moderate a group meeting, keeping members on topic and addressing the desire to make meetings welcoming to all people. I shared with you that leading group meetings and guiding conversations that do not alienate is a part of my regular job duties, and I think coaches need such training. While we have no control over what people think on race or any topic, you do have control over what is said in a MeatRx meeting so that all people feel comfortable participating. One of the outcomes of this conversation at our staff meeting was for you to have an interview with me discussing diversity in the carnivore community and our inclusion in these spaces. In response, you send an email asking for interest in a quote, a rational and emotion-free discussion about race relations, our community, and carnivory, unquote. This statement from you speaks volumes, and it's infuriating. It not only alienates me and any other Black person reading it, it is offensive in that it narrowly dictates that you wish to keep the conversation sterile, quote unquote, rational and emotion free. Speaking on issues of life mattering, Black lives having value, will never be anything but emotional. What's irrational is you expecting it to be anything less. This statement suggests that you subscribe to a theory of get over it, and a lack of understanding of implicit bias, systemic racism, and the effect it has on all people and organizations. It is neither rational nor understandable that you would set these unrealistic constraints on any conversation meant to enlighten. In any case, MeatRx is not the appropriate place for an education on race relations, and certainly not led by you or me. However, it is the appropriate place to discuss how to make the platform available and welcoming to all people with an interest in carnivory, including Black people. Such a conversation would not only create an opportunity for change, but send a message to the entire community that MeatRx seeks to be inclusive. While I do not presume to speak for all Black people, I have received enough complaints about MeatRx's lack of diversity to know that your email was offensive to many, if not most of us. That email makes enlightened conversation impossible and sets a very negative tone for the entire community. I don't see how a genuine effort to amplify and welcome people of color can come out of that. It is ironic that my attempt to open a discussion and ask for support both as a staff member and a MeatRx community member has resulted in me and other Black members being pushed away from your platform entirely. You might want to consider taking a very serious look at your own expectations, implicit bias, and exercise of privilege if you intend to become a welcoming place. On the subject of supporting staff, I find it stunning that I should reach out to Mahasa Rostami Sunday night to tell her how upsetting your email was, and to date have received zero reply. Regardless of whether either of you agrees with my concerns, when a member of your staff sends you a meaningful text, why would no one respond? I created my social media 2 years ago to let other Black carnivores know there is a community of us who are ready, willing, and able to support each other in recapturing our health. I regularly publish interviews on my YouTube podcast so our voices are represented and heard, and initially I felt MeatRx was a great compliment to my efforts. However, I can no longer participate in the MeatRx community in good conscience. You have made it clear to me, and anyone else paying attention, that Black inclusion is an afterthought you are willing to consider so long as it's convenient. This is unacceptable in a time when corporations and governments have accepted truths you remain unwilling to face. Effective immediately, I will no longer coach or lead meetings through MeatRx. So there you have it. That's the letter that I sent, and let me know if you have any further questions or a comment down below. All right.